Let's be real. Stacy is a liar. What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. We are here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 7. And the name of the episode is called Guess Who's Back. So the episode started off with the women. They are back from Nevis. And we get a montage of all of the women getting back to their regular everyday lives, okay? So first we see Tia. Tia is at home with Keiarna and Amaris. And she's FaceTiming her mom. And so Tia always tells us that she's part of the royal family in Nigeria. And she said that she was caught in the paper smoking with cigarettes during a very stressful time in her life when her parents was divorcing. Speaking of smoking with cigarettes, did y'all see that Dorit won? She won the Bunny Honoree, the most iconic Bravo item of the year. Dorit won for when she was sitting in the car on the first episode of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills last season, smoking with cigarettes. Baby, oh Jesus, baby, bitch so bad. When she light up a cigarette, it's iconic. When she light up a cigarette, it's iconic. Okay, give it up, give it up. Now they did say where Tia Mothers lives. I'm sure she doesn't live in the DMV because she said that she was going to send Tia something, and Keiarna said that she wanted something and was joking and telling her grandmother that Tia talks crap about her all the time. Listen, y'all, them kids over there with Tia are off the chain. Them kids over there with Tia are off the chain. I don't know if I could play with my mom and my grandmother like that. I probably could play with them like everyday life, but if we had cameras in front of us like that, my mama would want us to be on our best behavior. So I don't know if we could play with them like that, but I feel like Tia kids are what is going to keep her with her flu.
Yup.
Because she really just skating by, but her kids are very interesting, and her kids got a lot of attitude. So then we got Monique. Ashley comes over, and she said that her and Monique had similarities in their marriages, okay? And they did. Neither one of them married for love. Neither one of them married for love. They married for support, okay? Monique was homeless, living in a Durango when she met Chris. Okay, I remember they said that on the episode, and we all know Ashley's story growing up with Sheila's sorry ass. So they married for a leg up in life.
I'm not mad at that.
Monique has a new house now. Monique's house looks very, very nice. It looks nice and neat. She said that she's 300 pounds lighter since the last time that we saw her, which was a dig at Chris' weight.
Wow. That's nasty.
Monique gives an update on the kids. She said that little Christopher is now taller than her, and Milani is now 10 years old. I wonder will we see the kids? Will they be filming on the show, or is Chris bitter and upset about the divorce and he don't want the kids to film? All we saw this episode was old clips of the children. She said T'Challa is dead.
What?
I believe Chris either sat on T'Challa or he fried him and ate him. It was always some very suspicious stories around T'Challa. I remember T'Challa went missing and all of a sudden T'Challa showed up. And a specialist said that ain't no way T'Challa went missing and came. That rarely happens. That he knew exactly that he was eating so good over there with Monique and Chris them that he knew where his home was. That never happened. Monique said that she's on a spiritual journey. She needs to look deep inside of herself after the fight. And she said the fight happened because of childhood trauma. I don't think that it's childhood trauma. I think that Monique was childish. But again, listen, I don't want to get down that rabbit hole. All I'm saying is I just feel like what happened between Candace and Monique did not require Monique. It did require a fight. It did require a fight. I believe that she fought Candace because she felt like Candace was the weakest link, and I'm standing on that, okay? Ashley invites Monique to World Pride. She said that GNA is going to have a float for them to ride on. And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Monique has 2 siblings, and both of her siblings are gay. Her sister is gay, and her brother is gay. And so Monique is down to go. She said that she doesn't have a problem seeing Gizelle. Whatever happened 5 years ago was old. She's ready to move forward. She don't really want to, stay in the past, but she wonders if Jazelle is going to be worried because she's not worried. And she said she hasn't seen Wendy since she exited the show. She said that she never really got a chance to really get to know Wendy. That's because when Monique was on the show, Wendy was accepted by Jazelle and Candace, and they were against Monique. Even when, after the fight happened, Wendy had an opportunity, and I felt like that she cut herself short. But I do understand that Candace brought her on the show. But she had an opportunity to not really judge Monique because she was a new girl on the cast. I think that she would have been more accepted by the fans in that way, but I think that she was so busy trying to be up under big sister Gizelle. But I don't understand why y'all trying to tell or change history, right? Wendy did not give Monique a chance because she was team Gizelle or team Candace. And even when Candace wasn't around, Gizelle was running things and she was up under Gizelle. That's the truth. Then we get a scene from Wendy. Wendy and Eddie is bringing us to the scene of the crime.
Dumb and dumber. No.
Now, from what I could gather, Wendy basically wants the house to be gutted so they can remodel everything, okay? Now, Wendy got a new confessional in all white. This with all white outfit with an updo. Wendy looks good in that confessional. But they both are wearing Happy Eddie merch. They briefly talked about Stacy coming out with a cannabis line. I thought that it was very classy of Eddie and Wendy to say that there's room for everybody. I believe that's how you win. Always be gracious. I think that it will make people support them more because they have every reason to feel slighted by what Stacy did. And we'll talk about that later. But the merch looked nice. I really wanted to buy a hoodie so I can wear it at the gym since the weather started to change. But I just don't trust putting my card on the file for no Nigerian scammers.
I'm sorry. I have to be honest about it.
I'm sorry. I just don't trust putting my card and stuff on file. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. If he have a pop-up shop around and I'll see it, I'll try to go to the pop-up shop to see if I can get a hoodie if they have one my size. But other than that, I'm not putting my card on file for no Nigerian scammers. I'm not.
I said it. I'm not taking it back. I need you.
Wendy talked about her dad, okay? She said that they have a text thread on her dad's side of the family, and her dad sent a message telling everyone that his brother Gabriel's birthday was coming up and to tell him happy birthday. And Wendy was taken aback because he didn't even tell her happy birthday, and she only thought about it because her birthday was 5 days before her uncle's.
That's up.
Wendy said that she hadn't seen her dad in 20 years. She said that her parents divorced when she was 8 years old, and her mother remarried, and her stepdad is actually the man who raised her. She said that her mother brought them up in love, and so she felt no resentment towards her dad. But she said that her stepdad actually died when she was 29 years old. While she was talking to Eddie, Wendy mama ended up calling her. And so she answered the phone and told her mother that she would call her back. She was helping Eddie do something. And Wendy mom is so overbearing, talking about, I got a question. And so I felt like that Wendy know her mama, and she knew there was nothing serious with her mama. And that kind of triggered me, right? Because my mama be doing stuff like that. My mama will send me a message talking about call me ASAP like it's an emergency. So I'll stop whatever I'm doing to call her, and the whole time she trying to get me to use my phone to send a code to my phone for a coupon. You know what I'm saying? And I have to tell her, don't call me. That's not an emergency. Don't call me and be like, call me ASAP. Like people just be waiting around for you all day. When I see ASAP, I'm thinking this is an emergency, it's an accident or heart attack or something. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be telling her one of these days is going to be a real emergency, and I'm just going to look at my phone and think it's something minor or not nothing serious. Don't be doing stuff like that. Anyway, we got Stacy. Stacy is a complete liar. She's a complete liar. And the sad part about it is that she's not even a good liar, okay? Now, Jazelle called out Stacy last year at the reunion about having a Happy Stacy coming out, and she denied it. All for her to come back this season to come out with a cannabis line. And get this, the name of the cannabis line is called Shayo, which means happy in Nigerian.
You a motherfucking liar. You knew that?
Stacy said that she was presented with the idea after Jazelle said it.
She's a lying bitch.
She even tried to get the man that she was filming it to give some sorry-ass timeline. And the thing is, I get that y'all don't like Jazelle. And Jazelle has been hazing Stacy. I'm not going to back up off of that, okay? But we got to be honest and call a thing a thing. Stacy is a liar. Stacy is a liar, and I see the game that Stacy is playing. I think that Stacy got on this show and she studied Kenya Moore. And she is doing what Kenya Moore did on season 5. Stacy came on this show with a flamboyant man that she faked the relationship with to be on the show with. She even had him bringing out the waterworks last season. She had TJ crying last season. That's what Kenya did. Kenya had a fake relationship with Walter. Okay? And I love Kenya down, but she was not in a relationship with Walter like that. She needed somebody to film with. I definitely believe that she paid Walter to be on the show, or that the relationship wasn't serious enough for marriage the way that she was trying to make it seem. Now Stacy is trying to low-key have a duel with Happy Eddie coming out with Shayo, aka Happy Stacy. And it mimics the donkey booty versus the stallion booty duel. You get what I'm saying? And so I see Stacy.
I see you. I see you.
Stacy said that she took an ancestry test and found out that she had a lot of Nigerian in her. And she wanted to honor that heritage by naming it Shayo. But you couldn't find any other Nigerian names besides Happy? I don't get it. I don't get it. And then you found out that you just got to Nigeria, you all of a sudden, you just got to name it something Nigerian? I would have think that you would have named it something off for Arabella. I mean, I don't know. It's to me, listen, I'm just a realist. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. Stacy copied Happy Eddie all the way down to the motherfucking name. All the way down to the motherfucking name. And y'all ain't gonna be able to convince me no different. We're gonna tell the truth. We're gonna tell the truth now. You know I'm gonna be honest. Stacy ended up FaceTiming Ashley. Ashley asked her about was she going to Jazzy's wedding. And Ashley got a new confessional? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Stacy ended up telling Ashley about her cannabis business and the name. And Stacy told that story to Ashley because she knew that it would gag Ashley. And she's using Ashley and Gizelle's hate to promote her line, right? So she's using their hate to promote her line. And she knows that people, the way that Ashley and Gizelle has been treating her this season is going to make people want to go and buy Shayo. And so she's using it to her benefit. The hate that people have for them is going to make people want to support Shayo, and they probably fly off the shelves. But the thing is, I don't think that, if you're buying Shayo, I believe that you can only buy that because I believe that she said it was going to be, if she was going to start with only edibles. And when you're buying edibles, they can only be shipped to places, if I'm not mistaken, because it can only be shipped to places where marijuana is legal. Because my mom had arthritis in her knee, and I was trying to send her I went to the vitamin shop in LA, and I wanted to send her some some cream that had some THC in it because it's supposed to be good for you, so she could rub it on her knee. And when I instead of buying it from the store, I was like, I'll just order it online and have it sent to her. And when I tried to have it sent to her, they said, no, baby, you can't send this to Texas because it got THC in it. And so they didn't let her do it. So I wonder how that's going to sell. Then we got Angel. Okay. Angel ended up meeting with her sister, Ingrid. Her sister kind of gives me Cookie Johnson. She kind of looked like, Cookie Johnson. She could be related to Cookie Johnson or EJ. Okay. Ingrid is 12 years older than Angel. I wouldn't have been able to tell. They look like they're around the same age. And Angel said that Ingrid owns an experimental marketing agency. Angel ended up telling Ingrid that when they went to Nevis, the first thing out of Gizelle's mouth was that she doesn't look like her pics. And she said that Wendy was laughing, and Wendy said that Gizelle called her a catfish. And then Angel said that Wendy...
She was snaggled too. The stringy hair and cotton skirt. This bitch is ugly.
Angel said that she was humiliated and stunned into silence. Her sister was like, girl, I know you lying because Gizelle smoothed out her neck in her photos because I've seen her in person and no ma'am. And then she said in that other one, Miss Before and After, and Angel said, you talking about the permanent filter? Let's be real now. Let's be real, okay? Gizelle is a beautiful woman, okay? And she does look like her pics. And I think she actually looks better in person because when you see her pics online, she looks cheap.
Who said that?
Okay? Now, Wendy her face is cute. And I get that a lot of people don't like Wendy. But in the words of Nene Lee,
Don't tell me what has been. Tell me what's now, okay?
Because they did a couple of pictures of Wendy on this episode, flashback pictures when she was talking about her daddy, when she was talking about when she first met Monique, and the before and after pictures, baby, they scared me. They scared me, but the sad part is, baby, she looks just like her kids. No shade.
Oh my God.
No shade. When y'all get these surgeries and forget that them kids be coming out looking just like y'all.
Message.
At least one of them sons and Cam look just like old Wendy. Look just like her. But I get Ingrid, right? She's trying to support her sister. If your sister comes tell you that some girls came at your sister about her looks and about her weight, you know what I'm saying? You gonna roast them hoes, right? I don't give a damn if it was Beyonce. We're gonna find something to talk about. And if we can't drag Beyonce, we going to the kids.
Yes, baby.
Period. The kids ain't off limits. Never. But the sister basically said that the women are miserable because the women are miserable and they hate on Angel because of the zip code she live in. So I guess she kind of live in real Potomac and they don't live in Potomac. I really, the discourse that I'm seeing online about Angel, I'm just shocked. I really think that the hate around Angel is fat phobia.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
I think that people don't think that women who look like Angel or who are built like Angel should be on this show. And again, I've made jokes before, but I make jokes about everybody and every body type, right? But I didn't realize how fat phobic people were, and especially fat people.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Be very clear.
Especially fat people. I come from a family of heavyset women, and so I don't know. I mean, I've always been around, confident, heavyset women. You know what I'm saying? And so I really feel that way. I feel like that a lot of people don't think that Angel is a good aesthetic for this show because she's heavyset. I don't think it has nothing to do with her attitude or whatever they saying is going on. I think that it's because she's heavyset. And she ain't really that. Well, listen. I'm just saying. I think that's a lot of the hate too. That she ought to be happy just to be in the door, and all of this crying that she doing and being upset and stuff. She ought to be happy just to be here. No, bitch, y'all not gonna mistreat me. Y'all not gonna mistreat me. Fuck that. You get what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be here. If she gonna be here, we gonna treat her the right way. She don't have to accept no scraps or be accepting people mistreating her just because she heavy set. The fuck y'all? I don't like no shit like that. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Angel said that she'd expected more from this group, and she's going to give the women another chance. Now we back at Tia's house, okay? Tia is at home. Amaris is doing her homework, and Nathaniel is playing his game. And she told him to start doing his homework, and she tried to grab the game, and he pulled it back. And then Tia ended up counting the 5, and he was still playing the game.
Wait a minute now.
Again, I probably would have been able to try that with my mama when we was at the house alone. But if the cameras was there and we tried it, my mama would have been putting belt to ass in front of the cameras. They probably would have arrested my mama and said that it was abuse. Because, nowadays when they put the belt to ass, listen, my mama done whooped us with all kind of shit. Okay, so, but we definitely knew if those cameras was there, my mama told us something in front of company, whether it was the cameras there or she had a friend over. If she told us to do something in front of company, we probably would have been able to try her when nobody was there, but in front of company, we knew she meant business. And I say in front of company, or if we was out in public, if she told us to do something, she meant business. And you have to be able to have control of your kids like that. And I think that with Tia, these kids, y'all are giving them too much freedom to whenever they over here running amok. So then Tia goes and talks to Rob about Alexis's party. Rob is very interesting.
He's high strung and a little sassy.
So apparently, Alexia and Sienna were told that they could invite 35 people over. Someone who was scratched off the list was upset and posted the address, and a lot of people showed up. You know how teenagers get when they hear it's a party. People coming from everywhere. People don't even go to your school. They probably got a cousin that go to your school or something, or a friend that go to your school, and they give them the address. Everybody's showing up. And so it was so many people that Sienna ended up calling the police like 5 times. Right? 5 times. Y'all have to call the police 5 times? Tia think it's funny that Sienna called the police because she said that Sienna calls her Karen all the time, and that's Karen behavior. And that's not Karen behavior, right? If all these people show up to your house out of nowhere and you call the police, that is not Karen behavior. It would be Karen behavior if you're calling police about something that has nothing to do with you, right? So if Sienna had a neighbor and they had all these people showing up to their house and she called the police, that would be Karen behavior.
Keep up.
Oh, keep up.
Keep up. That would be Karen behavior, but what she did wasn't Karen behavior. Now, Amaris came in and said that someone threw up in her room by her bed. So what I'm picking up is that they probably were serving alcohol at the party.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Baby, and it happens. I was a teenager, and people parents used about alcohol at parties when we was teenagers. And yes, they did. Yes, they did. Okay. Now, the thing is, for me, let's be real. What other reason would someone be throwing up at a party? What other reason would somebody be throwing up at a party unless they had too much to drink? Alexis said that it got so wild that people were standing on top of cars, and Rob had to end up shutting the party down. Y'all had all this going on at this party, and y'all made my nephew clean up. Y'all made Nathaniel clean up, and y'all had all this shit going on. And Rob sounded like he lying too, because when Tia asked where was my babies at, meaning Nathaniel and the Morris, Sienna said that they kicked them out, but Rob said that they was at a play date. And they obviously was there because Nathaniel had to clean up. Remember when Tia ended up calling Alexis, she ended up asking, can she speak to Nathaniel? Nathaniel was there, and he was upset, saying that he wanted to be adopted. I want to be adopted too if y'all got me around here picking up throw up.
No way. No way.
Y'all in here serving alcohol and got me picking up. The bitches can't handle they liquor and they in here throwing up and shit. No. Then we got Kiana. We see Greg has a new house. So Greg got a new house too. Not only do they got a condo, they got a new house too. I want to see the leases on both of these properties. I believe this is for the show. They faking it for the show. Okay, it looks nice. But I'm wondering, is this the house that Kiana and Greg was supposed to buy together? They end up getting ready to go to a Wu-Tang concert. Kiana said that she only know one song. So do I. I only know one Wu-Tang song, and that's Cream. I watched their show on Hulu though, but for the most part, I don't know any Wu-Tang songs like that. I don't really know a lot of Mobb Deep songs. I'm from the South, so I don't really know a lot of East Coast rappers unless they was like heavy mainstream. Like I don't even know who Dave East was until I started watching the Wu-Tang show. I used to see him on the Shade Room all the time, but I didn't know who these people was until unless I seen them on Shade Room or something like that. You had to be a big name from the East Coast for me to know who you were. Can we talk with Kiana? Okay. I think that Kiana is trying to sell us on this relationship with her and Greg, and it's just not interesting. They boring. I think that the only thing that will make their relationship interesting to the viewers is to see their dynamic with Greg and his ex-wife and them co-parenting along with Kiana. I don't think that we ever seen that on the Housewife show before. Like the new wife. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that we ever seen that. That would be interesting to see. Other than that, pack Kiana up. She's not interested enough. I'm sorry. Okay? And I hope they didn't went and lock themselves down on these big old leases and stuff for them to film for the show for 2 months. Because it just don't sound realistic. Next, we got Stacy and Wendy. Stacy tells Wendy that she's launching some gummies and it's going to be called Shayo. And Wendy questions, why Nigerian? She said, well, why not honor my Nigerian heritage, girl? Because you didn't even know it. What has Nigeria did for you that you felt so compelled to name your edibles Shayo? Stacy says that she did not start her business to compete with Eddie or Wendy. Bitch, please. Then we got Gizelle. Okay, Gizelle feels like that her daddy died and the will that her dad left was destroyed by his wife. Now, last year, she said that she felt it was destroyed because there was no mention of her and her children in the will. Now she's saying that he would have left everything to her or his grandchildren, okay? Now, Jazelle isn't the only child. I know for sure she has a brother, and her brother has at least 2 children. So to me, it seems like, Jazelle seems like a person who doesn't care who she steps on to make sure her and her kids are good. And so I'm not blaming her for that, but I'm just saying, Jazelle, you ain't the only child and your children ain't the only grandkids, okay? Now, Jazelle isn't saying that her father told her something specifically about leaving her or her kids something, right? The way that I've always seen it done was everything would be left to the wife and the kids. And in this scenario, Jazelle would be the kids. Jazelle and her siblings would be the kids. And so when she passes away, she will leave what she has to her children. But it's hard for me to believe that he wouldn't leave his wife anything either, right? This is why I don't believe in ready-made families, because when shit like this happens and somebody passed away and all of the paperwork and stuff ain't in order, and even when the paperwork is in order, it's a lot of bullshit going on, especially when the wife is not, you know, the children's mama, or if you get what I'm saying, it's all kind of bullshit going on. I have a friend, and her dad died over 20 years ago, and she and her siblings are fighting with her mom because she was left out of the will. She, meaning her mom, was left out of the will, and everything was left to her and her siblings. And the mom felt, and her daddy was a lawyer, and they have been fighting for over 20 years. I swear to God. They've been fighting for over 20 years. And my friend don't even speak to her mama really about that. They are beefing about that. Okay? Fast forward with Gizelle. Gizelle ended up going to Atlanta to fight in court. Angel picked her up. Shout out to Angel. Angel ended up crossing AKA last night. I believe that she was number 16 on the line, and her name is Sweet 16. So she ended up crossing AKA last night. Gizelle was there. Pastor Jamal Bryant was there. Now, Jamal is a Kappa, and Gizelle's wife is an AKA as well. So not only is she light skinned with green eyes like Gizelle, she's also an AKA too. Okay. Gizelle said that her dad's wife is upset because she had to spend money to fight with Gizelle about this will. And they think that it's interesting that they're in here fighting for over 2 years, and that when Mr. Graves died, he died like so quickly. I do think that it's hard to say what you're going to leave a person, because things and emotions change every day. You may feel one day one thing, and you may feel another way the next day. You get what I'm saying? But I don't believe that he was going to exclude his wife and Gizelle out of the will, right? I could see him excluding the grandkids, because whatever is Gizelle's will automatically go to the kids as well. But I just don't see him excluding Gizelle and the grandkids. I don't see that either. I don't see that either. So next we got Stacy, Wendy, and Ashley. They're all going to Jazzy's wedding. Ashley is wondering, is Stacy only there because her and Wendy came?
Who the fuck cares?
At this point, Ashley has literally made Stacy her storyline. Who in the fuck cares? She's there. She's there, okay? Now, I do wonder how many girls had to show up for Bravo to take their cameras to Dallas, Texas to film this wedding. And I'm wondering why the wedding was in Dallas anyway, because all we know is that Darius was playing for Dallas at the time, but he's not from Dallas, neither is Jazzy. So why are they having a wedding in Dallas? But it's so funny to think about it, right? We got a practice player getting ready to marry a woman who don't even hold a flute.
Loser!
We saw the wedding. I wasn't impressed. The best wedding I've ever seen on Bravo was Candace's wedding, and I'm standing on it. I haven't seen nothing that rivaled Candace's wedding on Bravo yet. Now, I do want to see what we're going to do around here with Kyle's daughter Alexia's wedding. But since the wedding was outside, I doubt that it would compete to Candace's wedding in my eyes. Now, that ring that she got was upgraded nice. Okay, the ring that she got upgraded was nice. It's 4.8 carats. We got a price tag all of a sudden. Shout out to Garcelle. Okay, and Jazzy looked cute. She did look cute. They didn't really too much show a lot of anything at the wedding. Just really Stacy, Wendy, and Ashley, and they kind of showed Jazzy saying a couple of words, but it didn't really seem like that they were cleared to film anybody except for Jazzy and Darius, because even when I'm assuming it was her dad or some male figure that was walking her down the aisle, he was kind of blurred out too. So my thing is, why are we even here? Why are we even here? Next, we at Ashley Pride event. Okay, the girls arrive, and Ashley, or should I say Ash Top, ended up coming in. Okay, so she has a beard drawn on, and she got a grill in her mouth. Okay, smile for me, daddy. What you looking at? Let me see your grill. You want to see my what? Ashley ended up giving the girls drag king names, okay? So she gave Angel Oliver her tits because she got big titties. Then we got Wendy, degrees these nuts because she got 4 degrees, okay? Stacy, lick her hosen. I really didn't get that one at all, okay? Then we got Tia. Her name is Popper Puss Popper, okay? Because she's Popper. Then we got Gizelle. She's serving jizz. And then they up there talking about Gizelle's daughter here. Gizelle's daughter here. Baby, them girls know what's going on. From what Mia said, Gizelle house turned into the paint when she go out of town. They be over there popping pussy and everything in Gizelle house when she gone out of town, baby. Okay? Then we got Keiarna. Her name is Come Inject Her because, you know, she give facials. Okay? So Monique ended up coming in. Monique comes in dancing and Gizelle seemed shocked. Okay? And so she tried to tap Cal, but Monique ended up hugging Cal because, like, I felt like Monique was trying to feel to see what was going on because she know that Cal is Gizelle's friend. And so she was dancing and Cal had put his arms out to hug her and she hugged him. But Gizelle did seem shocked and she smiled, but it's hard for me to believe that Ashley didn't tell Gizelle that Monique was coming, right? Maybe she wanted to surprise her, but it seems like Gizelle did not know that Monique was coming. She seemed shocked, okay? Monique comes in and speaks to everybody. Then Gizelle speaks, they hug. But Gizelle said in the confessional that Monique has been on her mind. When she heard that Monique and Chris weren't together anymore, she really wanted to know Monique's thoughts and who she is post-divorce because she knew her when she was married, and that wasn't authentic. And it wasn't.
No, you're kidding.
It wasn't. I think that Monique, when she joined the show, she was a mix between trying to put on airs because her husband was an NFL player and she had to present in a certain way. But I do think that she wanted to be just ratchet enough for the fan base. She wanted to be like real enough for the fan. You get what I'm saying? I believe that she wasn't really authentic in who she is. And so I'm hoping that we get an authentic Monique now. But her over here talking about that it was childhood trauma, the reason why she hit on Candace and grabbed her wig and started patting on it, girl, that ain't what it was. Ashley ended up having a shirt for Monique. Her name was Dr. Do It A Lot, okay? Off of Dr. Doolittle, because Monique now got all of these animals. They her best friends now. So then Kay asked Monique, do she know Stacy? And so Kay is saying, you know, Stacy said that she's seen you around. And so Monique was like, well, I don't know how she's seen me around. I never go anywhere. And so Kay was saying, well, she said that she's seen Samuels around. And so Gizelle cut that shit short. Gizelle said, oh, no, not Monique. That was Chris. And Kay said, oh, so she's been dating your ex-husband. And Monique said, oh, wow. Oh, wow. And so I'm wondering, did Monique know? Right? Like, to what capacity was she going to be joining this show? And did she know that she was going to be here to talk about Chris? Okay? And so that was the episode. I think it was kind of like a filler episode, really. It was a lot going on. It was a lot of moving parts. It was a lot going on. But what do y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think that Monique knew that she was going to be back on this show dealing with some shit related to Big Boy? I don't think that she knew that. She seemed shocked to me. And do y'all think that Stacy is a liar? Do y'all think that Stacy is a liar? And I really do feel like that she's trying to copy old storylines for her come up. And Andy is loving it. And while I can appreciate her unbotheredness when it comes to Gizelle and Ashley, them hazing her, she is a liar. And I feel like she's just being awarded by the fan base because they don't like Gizelle and Ashley. But she is a liar, and we got to call it out, right? But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Thank y'all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate the love and support, and I'll see y'all later. Adios.